Hi, what's up? My name is Ali NTC. Welcome to welcome back to a new episode of Chit Chat with me. I wanted to talk about a few things, okay? A situation just happened with me, like right now. Okay? So I posted a TikTok and then I sent it to all of my friends because in this new chapter of my life, I've decided that I was no longer gonna be shy, that I was no longer gonna hold myself back. And if I'm making content, the whole world better know that I'm making content, whether it's bad or it's good. I don't even care. I mean, that's not true. I do care if the content is good or bad, and hopefully it's good. But like, like I don't want to have to worry about like, oh my god, am I being cringe, like, oh my god, how are the people gonna perceive me, because this is not gonna bring me a check at the end of the day, and I'm trying to get that TikTok bread that everybody's been getting and talking about. Oh, you know how people are like, oh my god, like I gained so much money from social media, and I'm out here doubting myself and being like, like I suck. Like, when you see, and no tea, no shade, but some people be going viral for the wrong reason. That's all I'm gonna say, okay? So I posted a video and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna send it to my friend, and I want them to like, like share, comment, engage, and do something, okay, for the algorithm. Even if it's a bad video, again, I like to think that my videos are not bad, but like, again, I'm still beginning. I mean, I'm not really beginning on social media because I've been on and off. So like, I would just like start on YouTube or like TikTok, but not YouTube. I just lied right here. I would like start on like social media, and then I would stop, and then the self-sabotage would come in, and then like it was this cycle. And I've decided I was going to become consistent, and I was going to put all of the doubt on the side. Anyways, I'm no longer shy with what I want to achieve in my life, okay? I'm trying to have the confidence of an average white boy, okay? Anyways, so I post my content, and I'm telling my friends like, guys, like, let's get this TikTok money, because when I get this bread, we're all gonna eat. And then one of my friends, like, I have some friends who are like super supportive, and they're like, oh my god, like this is great, blah, 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 blah. And then I have a friend of mine who I've been friend with for almost 10 years now, and she sent me a video of another guy singing, and she's like, girl, like you should sing like this. What do you mean I should sing like this? And she's like, oh, like I know you're holding yourself back like when you're singing, and I feel like you should like sing louder and blah blah blah. And I don't disagree with her. Like, I appreciate the comment, and I'm like, yeah, she's right. And I've always had this problem. Like, I'm not a belter, I'm a whisper singer. Like, maybe if I try I could belt, but I like to whisper when I sing, kind of. Like, that's my style. And there was this video of Billie Eilish where she was saying that, in the song that's like, mini, mini, manini, munini, the Barbie movie song. She was like, I could have, like, she could have belted it. She didn't act like that in the video. That's just me. But like, she could have belted in that song, but she decided, no, I'm not gonna belt. Like, I'm just gonna sing it. Like, mini, 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 mini. By the way, like, I love this song and I love Billie Eilish, and I'm not trying to make fun of her, like, anything. It's just, I guess I'm just fucking weird, okay? But yeah, anyway, so like, I'm singing my song with a very soft voice. And then she's like, oh yeah, you should like sing louder. And I'm like, okay, thank you for the feedback. I didn't say that because I'm still in my people pleaser era, which is gonna go. That people pleaser era is over, okay? It's like, it's starting to finish, but it's still like the credits are still rolling, kind of vibe. But to me, it's like, I've been posting on TikTok for some time. You never comment on my videos. And again, I'm not trying to be nitpicky about, oh, like my friend never comment. But it's like, you never comment on my video. And now that I'm like telling you, please comment, you're like, oh, I don't want to. Because she literally said, oh, I don't want to. And she said, I almost didn't like the video because I thought you could do better. Again, I really appreciate the feedback. It's like, okay, you can do that. I can do better. That's true. But I'm a recovering perfectionist, and I know I can do better. Matter of fact, we can always do better, right? But there's a moment when you're like, okay, I can do better, but in this moment in time, that's the best I can do, and I'm gonna put it out there, I've been studying, I've been reading the Artist Ways and some other book like that called, the other book was called The War of Art. Those books, by the way, they're interesting. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about those books. Yeah, I don't agree with everything they said, but there's some stuff that I took away from the videos. But anyways, so I'm like, okay, like I'm a recovering people pleaser. I'm a recovering perfectionist. You're telling me I can do better, and you're right, I can do better. But at the same time, it's like, you know that music is so important for me. You know that I love singing. You never encourage me when I'm singing. And when I'm singing finally and I'm like, you know what? Like, I'm done with the doubt. I'm putting everything on the side. I'm gonna post myself. You're like, yeah, but you could have done better. I'm like, is this a covered hater? You know? And again, like, I don't want to be nitpicky and stuff, but like I've been able to surround myself with such positive and like supportive people in my life lately. Thank you, God. Thank you, the universe. That when I see this type of behavior, I'm like, that's weird. That's weird type of behavior. Because like, you know, a lot of people will say, oh, your friends are not your fan. For the longest time, I agreed with that. I was like, yeah, they're right. And you know, I was telling myself that my friends are not my fans, just to give a pass to people who are not supportive in my life. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I'm trying, but people are not supportive in my life, but it's okay. Like, my friends don't have to be my fans. Like, my friends don't have to support me. I disagree. I strongly disagree with that. Matter of fact, my friends should be my number one fans. Like, and even if they're not fans, they should be my supporters. They should be like, oh my god, girl, like, I'm proud of you for doing that. Oh my god, girl, you do it. If I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm the type of friend, if tomorrow my friends open a fucking cheese business, even if I'm fucking lactose intolerant, I'm gonna be like, this is the best cheese in the world because that's the type of person I am. I'm gonna support that cheese business even if I'm lactose intolerant, which I'm not, by the way. And I don't have any friends who are opening cheese businesses, but you get the idea? So it's like, if I would do that for them, then why can they not do that for me? That's the question. And again, you know, for the longest time I was like, oh, but you know, like, I don't have to project my way of being on other people. Like, I need to allow people to be the way they are. And that's true, don't get me wrong, that's true, and that's a statement that I agree with. But also, in French, we say, il faut doser. Il faut savoir doser, en fait. Which means you have to, voilà quoi. You have to be able to distinguish. Like, you have to be able to, it's like you're making a cocktail and you're putting alcohol and you're like, okay, I'm not gonna put too much, which is not true if you're making a cocktail, but like, it's like, I don't know, you're making a mimosa and you're like, I'm not gonna put too much orange juice. This is dosé. This is, it's like, whoop. You have to know when to stop pouring. You have to know your limits. You need to know your boundaries, you know. So when you were like, oh, like, fuck, I forgot what I was saying. I have ADHD, by the way, in case it wasn't like clearly coming out of all of my pores. I lost myself with the talking in French. But anyways, I'm going back to the topic, which is friends who are covered haters. Again, you don't have to project your way of being on everyone. Okay, I remember now. You don't have to project your way of being on everyone, but it's also nice to surround yourself who are similar to you. Okay? So like, if I'm a supportive person, I like to surround myself with people who are also supportive. And I don't want to support myself with people who are not supportive and then say, no, but it's okay because they don't have to be like me. Because, you know, like, I've been through enough trauma. I've been through enough betrayal and bullshit and toxicity in my life that now I'm like, no, actually, like, I want supportive people, you know? And again, like, I've been able to meet people who've been incredibly supportive in my life, and I'm like, why can't the rest of my friends be like that, you know? And again, I have friends who are like supportive and they're like, I'm your number one fan. Like, I have friends like that, which again, I'm really grateful for. But it's just that, like, when I have that type of friend and then I see this other friend, like my friend, which, by the way, that's not the end of the story, because she commented on my video. She was like, I was forced to. And I responded by laughing emoji. And I was like, again, I'm not taking it personal, because I'm like, this whole situation is kind of like showing me maybe a trend that's been going on for a long time, but I never really noticed. Because, you know, I was like, yeah, like, I know she didn't really support me when I had my first show, and I know she didn't really share my music when I posted a song like years ago. Like, I know, but, you know, it's cool. Like, she doesn't have to be my fan because she's my friend. And she's not even a good friend at that. But anyways, another talk for another day. But then she commented on my video. Under my video, she commented like, I was forced to. And to me, it's like, people who are gonna come across that comment, they don't know that I know her. They might look at it and think, oh, like, she was forced to see the video. And it's like, it's giving low-key hate. Maybe low-key is too low-key. Maybe it's giving high-key hate, you know? And that's why I was like, okay, interesting, very interesting. And I told her, like, your behavior is giving very much, I want to stay poor, because when I'm becoming rich, you're gonna eat with me. But if you want to stay poor, that's your problem. And she's like, yeah, but no. And she sent me a guy that sang like Christina Aguilera. And again, like, he had such an amazing voice. And that was great that you're like, you want me to improve. That's great. But also, where is the praise? You know? Because let me tell you something about me, because, you know, I feel like maybe it's weird that I'm coming with this video. It's just too out of nowhere, and like, this is like my first videos on the internet or whatnot. But I spend so much time doubting myself. Like, I'm the type of girly, like, singing is my whole life. Before my whole life, I couldn't sing in front of anyone, because I grew up in a toxic environment where my family would always be like, shut the fuck up when I would sing. So like, whenever I would start singing, they would be like, oh, no, you don't know how to sing, like, stop singing, blah 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 blah. But because singing was so important for me, I just kept doing it. And then I took the bad habit of singing on a very, very low volume, because I was like, I don't want people to know I exist, basically. That was the thing. I was like, singing is so, oh my God, I'm getting emotional. Singing is so important to me, but I don't want people to hear me. And matter of fact, I don't even want people to know that I fucking exist. So that's why I have those bad habits, and I'm still trying to unlearn them. And I worked a lot on myself on how can I build more confidence, how can I put myself out there. And by the way, I'm so proud of myself, because I've done so much progress in that department. Because this year I had my first show, you know, where I was like singing on stage my own song. Actually, I had 2 shows. Wow. Now that I think about it, I had 2 shows, and like, where I was singing my songs that I wrote in my bedroom in my fucking notebook, and that's my diary. But yeah, it doesn't matter where I wrote it, but you know. And I did that, and that was insane, because like, I'm a very extroverted person, but when it comes to like singing in front of people, that's a different story, because it's a whole different type of vulnerability you're showing, right? And I was able to do that, and it's such an improvement, and I'm so proud of myself for that. But anyways, it didn't come easy for me. It came with hard work, and I spent a lot of time, years, matter of fact, because, you know, I be using my retinol, so like, I have like nice skin and all. But like, I'm 25, you know, I'm 25, and I started making music. I mean, I started singing when I was 2 years old, according to my mom. I started writing songs, I don't know when, because I was always like kind of like making poetry and stuff like that. But I think I started making real songs when I was like 19 or something. So it's been years already, right? And I was always like, oh no, I can't sing. Like, I literally, there was a time in my life where like, I had to be pushed on a stage for me to sing in front of people, and I was doing it like, no, please, because that's how scared I was, because my whole family would always be like, you don't know how to sing, like, shut the fuck up, like, we don't want to hear you. So I thought that if my family is feeling this way, then everyone in the world is feeling this way. By the way, I will have to make a video about like the story of how I find out that I could sing, because again, like, I just loved singing, but I didn't know I could sing. Actually, I can tell you. I can tell you now. Just wanted to be mysterious, but I don't know how to shut up. So I was basically like in school, and we had like music class, and the teacher asked us to sing a song. I was 15, 14, 14 or 15 or 13. No, I think I was, doesn't matter. I was around that age, right? And I was singing, and then the teacher came at the end of the class and she was like, wow, like you have a beautiful voice. Like, do you want to sing for like the talent show at the end of the year? I didn't listen. I didn't look up, because to me it was like, she can't be talking to me. And then my best friend of the time, like she bumped me in the elbow and she was like, yeah, she's gonna do it. And I was like, wait, what? Like, you're talking about me? And I was like, I told my teacher, I was like, are you talking to me? She was like, yeah, I'm talking to you. Like, you have a beautiful voice. And I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean, right? That was crazy. I think that was the first time that somebody told me, like, you know how to sing. And I was like, but everyone in my family tell me I need to shut up. So how? And then I'm glad that I had that best friend of mine, because like if it wasn't for her, I would have said no, because I had like a fear of singing in front of people that was like crazy. And then when I went to uni, I had this another quick little story. Like when I was at uni, like my friends and I would come, like my flatmates and I would come and be like, oh my god, like there's someone who's been singing in the flat, and like she has such a beautiful voice, and I can hear her when I'm taking my shower, but I don't know who that is. And I was like, damn it, there's someone else in the flat that can sing. And I didn't say that, bear in mind, I didn't say that. I was like, oh, I thought that to myself. I was like, oh, there's someone in the flat who can sing. And that was my reaction with that. I was like, there's someone in the flat who can sing. Like, oh, I never heard that person. Like, who could that be? And then like, we were literally looking for that person. Like, who is that person? I was like, oh, I want to hear her as well, because my flatmate are saying that this girl can sing like crazy. I want to hear her as well. I've never heard her. One time I take my shower and I'm like, I'm like singing under the shower, because like, by the way, I love my impression of like showering. This is not how I shower, by the way, just in case. But like, yeah. So I was like, I was like showering and all, and then like I come out of bathroom, and then one of my flatmates like, this is you, it has been you all along. Bearing in mind, like I have a towel, like I'm naked basically, and she's like, it has been you. And I was like, what do you mean, what have I done? And she's like, you're the one that can sing. And I was like, what? Like I can sing? And then she gifted me a notebook, and she wrote a note inside of it. She said, you need to start writing songs because we're gonna be famous. And that was like, oh my god, like I just love this story so much, because like even at that time, and I was like 18 at that time, I still didn't really know that I could sing. It was still like, what, like there's someone in the flat that can sing. And I think that really triggered something inside of me. I was like, wow, like people have been telling me I can sing, so maybe they're right, and I love singing, so maybe I should do something about it, you know. So I started writing songs and stuff, but I never really wanted to show them to people, because I was like, of course, like maybe because there's always the doubt, there's always the maybe they want it to be nice, maybe my songs are not even good, you know. But yeah, so like it was really hard for me to be able to step up and be like, you know what, like I love to sing, I love making music, and I actually want to make it my full-time job. I think I don't even like saying I want it to be my job, because I hate the word job. Like, who the fuck wants a job? No, I want it to be I think it's my calling. It's my, I think, you know, I'm still a little bit shy. Singing is my calling. It's my purpose. That's what I want to do. Like, and I'm so passionate about it. And I've always been so passionate about it my whole life. It's just that it has always been really hard for me to be expressive about it. So yeah, long story short, sometimes you might have friends and they might not be supportive, and I don't think that you should accept that. And maybe I should have said like, hey girl, like this is not okay behavior. But at the same time, it's like sometimes people are in so much denial. They're gonna be like, no, but I said I'm doing that for your own good, and maybe I just need to like be mindful of who I surround myself with. And yeah, because you know, another thing, I'm a woman. I associate myself, I is that the word, like I'm a cisgender woman, and women have been socialized and conditioned to doubt themselves. Like as a woman, you're not conditioned to believe that you're gonna be the greatest at anything. You're conditioned to be humble, to be you know, to be like shy, to be like, if you're like bossy, what, like everything a woman does is like it's bad basically. Even if you breathe, it's like it's bad basically. Whereas men, you look at them and they've been socialized to feel like you can do anything, you know. So I've been telling myself I need to have the confidence of an average white boy. And average is a really good term here, because you're gonna see a guy that is so average, matter of fact mediocre. Sometimes you're gonna see a guy that's mediocre and he's gonna be like, yeah, I make music and you know I have a rollie and a big pee and I have a chain because I have a brain. By the way, rate my freestyling abilities. Like some guy's gonna have like mediocre bars, and then all of his boys are gonna be like, yeah, he has a chain, because he has a brain. You don't get it, This, it's a metaphor, because you know, like, because he's so deep in the business that he got his chain with his brain, you know, like that's how his boys are gonna be like. And you're gonna look at that and think this guy is mediocre, but guys, they be uplifting each other like so much. And guys, they be having confidence. They have it's like they're gonna pull up in a room and be like, yeah, those are my bars. And you're like, damn, you have confidence, because I would have never come inside of a room and told people those are my bars, you know. But this is what I mean. Like, you need to have the confidence of an average white boy. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. But it's been lovely chatting to you. And yeah, I really want to take the habit of posting myself more, and you know, chit-chatting, and like not putting too much effort, because the perfectionism in me is stronger. And the way I was like, no, but I need to like put a little bit of wig, and maybe I need to change my outfit. And no, I'm gonna clock in. Anyway, bye, love you.